This is a video on the SubModules tab. The items below here are all modules, and they consist of the main module, which is this one, and underneath the main module are submodules to that module. And I can create hierarchies of any level. I can go as deep as I would like, creating submodules of submodules of submodules. And this creates a hierarchy of what are called submodules. So if I'm in this main level, and this identifies the module that I'm in, then this is a submodule, and these are children. So these submodules here are children to this module, and then these are children to these modules. So you can see the hierarchy over here. Now, if I wanted to go to one of these modules and create another module, that would make a fourth level. And I can do that by adding a module by clicking the add. Now, as you can see, this creates another level. Now, if I were to come up here, I could see the two levels below me. This is level 1, and then this is a submodule to level 1. And if I came up here, I would now see the main modules here underneath the submodules underneath the main module, and then any items that are below them, I'll be told in this level. So in the submodule categories themselves, the first number here is the level, and the second number is how many submodules are underneath this one. And so if you look at this module here, I have 2, and I have, I'm at level 1 right here. This is level 0, level 1, level 2, which would be here. This would be level 3, which would be here. And you see, if I'm looking at test, then there's no submodules under it, but I'm at level 3. If I go to level 2, I have one submodule, which is this one. And then if I go to level 1, then it identifies the level I'm at and the submodules underneath it. Now each submodule has tabs and has unique data that is contained in each submodules, and we'll go over those individually. But to create submodules, you can do it in 2 ways. One is by adding a module, and that will add a module at the bottom. If I want to add modules in between, I can position my cursor, right-click, and say add a new module. And you can see now this adds a module, new module A, and it shifts the old module A to module B. If I wanted to add a module using the option on top, I could do that. And then I can drag and drop this to whatever location I want. So those are the ways that you can create modules. Now I can zoom, and I'm at the large size. I can zoom to the various sizes that are available here to make them larger or smaller. And that allows me to see more text in the titles. The module bar can be expanded or contracted using this feature. I can expand or contract using the arrows to contract all the submodules underneath. I can right-click on these and I can rename them. I can select a different icon for them if I want. And so if I've created a new module and I wanted to select an icon, that would create the icon, and all the submodules will have the same icon defaulted. Now I can go down here into submodules and change the icon to something different if I wanted to, but it the submodules inherit the parent module icons when they're changed. So this is adding submodules. Now you'll notice that if I drag and drop, I can move them anywhere I want. Now you can see this icon on the right. What that tells me is there are submodules underneath the module I'm moving, and it's a hierarchy underneath this one, and I'm moving not only this template 1 sub 1 module, but I'm moving all of the modules that are linked to it, or all of its children modules. And so all data in the hierarchical data, or the hierarchy underneath it, moves with the module. Now there's menu bars that I can right click and it will give me options. So I can rename, I can cut, copy, delete. This tells me the module ID. So if I were to copy a module and then I wanted to place a new copy somewhere, and say I wanted to place it here, I have two options. One is paste, and the second one is paste reference. The paste will paste a copy of that module and all of its data and allow me to change the data, and it will be a new module with full rights. A paste reference pastes a reference or a pointer to the module, and it is a restricted module that cannot be changed. But as the main module changes, this module will inherits all of the changes. So if I select this one, you'll see I get a dotted line, and I have a template 1 sub 1, template 1 sub 1. And so this does not contain its own data. It is a reference or a pointer to all of the data within this module. And I can move this wherever I want. I can add more submodules or more reference modules if I want. It just gives me an ability to be able to put a module in any number of locations where it can be referenced. Now, if I right-click on this, then it allows me to go to the original module, and it will take me there and show me the data. But again, I can move this module around and put it in any of the locations or any of the levels, and this will always point to this module. If I go into this module, you see it also inherits the sub-modules to it. But if there's any data in the workflow or connections, I would not be able to change that data. I would only be able to see it. When I create a reference module, you can see over in the module bar, there's a star, yellow star. This tells me where I have reference modules here. So modules then and submodules are the construct of all of the data. And under each module, I can then create the module's own unique workflow, tasks, boards, connections, link documents, have strategies, create assessments, performance, metrics, etc. And each of these then contain their own data under these tabs and can be managed uniquely. Then again, I can drag and drop these and position them wherever I want, and it drags the hierarchy along with it.